Most chefs think you can't stay lean or get in shape while working 60-hour weeks. I've proven that's bullshit with dozens of my clients. But here's the thing, right? The tactics that work for desk workers will absolutely wreck you in hospitality. So here are 19 lessons that I've picked up along the way that work when your shifts are chaos and your rota absolutely bends you over. Number one, motivation isn't your problem. See, most chefs just think they need more motivation. That's wrong. Usually they don't. Because motivation is actually like boosters on a rocket. They're designed to get you off the ground and get started. And then once the rocket reaches a certain point, that's when the different engines take over. Those different engines is having a solid plan and a solid system that works around your job. Because what actually sticks and carries you forward is a system that works on your best weeks and on your worst weeks. Number two, less is more. 2 or 3 workouts a week are gonna beat 5 perfect ones every single time. And here's why. 5 sessions a week is a lot to fit in, especially around shifts, and it puts a lot of demand on your body. The first problem is that as soon as you miss one session, the perfectionist mindset comes in and you decide to throw off the whole week and just start again on Monday. And the second problem is that as a chef, there's already a lot of demand on you just from the shifts that you work. You're on your feet all day. So even if you do manage to get 5 sessions into that week, you're probably not going to recover enough between them, and that's going to slow your progress down. So instead of those 5 perfect workouts, just aim for 2 or 3 full body workouts each week. That's going to take the pressure off, so you're not having to squeeze 5 workouts into the week, and it's also going to allow you to recover a lot better, which means more progress. Number 3, 85% beats 100% every time. Perfection is actually a waste of effort. You're just going to burn yourself out trying to hit that. One of the chefs I work with, Cam, he went from years of stop-start training and dieting to gaining 7 kilos of muscle in about 4 months because he stopped aiming for perfect weeks and started aiming for about 85% adherence to the plans that we set for him. So if you look at how much you stick to your plan every week, every day, you want to aim for about the 70 to 85% mark. That's the sweet spot that's going to keep you consistent and be able to show up week after week after week. Number 4, your plan needs to be shift proof, because if it breaks every single time you've got a busy weekend or a double shift, it's not a very good plan. It's like running a menu that only one chef knows how to do the prep for. As soon as he's not in, you're going to be in the shit. So you should always have a fallback plan for the busy weeks, the busy days, and that could be shorter, condensed workouts or stuff that you can do at home before work, bodyweight things like push-ups, squats, that kind of thing. Number 5, one staple meal is way better than 10 random healthy meals. The people who succeed are the ones who have a handful of go-to meals that tick their boxes daily. Something that tastes good, that's reliable, that they can probably prep pretty quickly as well, and obviously it ticks their boxes. With one of my clients, the only change we made was he started having a Greek yogurt bowl with some fruit in the mornings. That single change gave him a head start on his protein intake, and it set him up for success the rest of the day. He didn't have to worry about chasing all these healthy meals and meal prepping and doing all this and that. So look at the meals that you already eat, that are already in your roster. How can you make those tick your boxes even better? And then just cycle through them. That can be your roster of reliable staple meals. Number 6, semi-meal prep is way better than Sunday marathons. You don't need 15 meals worth of chicken, rice and veg every week. You can just do what you already do at work and prep components. For example, I always batch cook a few chicken breasts at a time, and that gives me a few days worth of meals that I can make from those chicken breasts, whether it be a chicken wrap or chicken rice or whatever it is. Then you could batch cook some rice or some pasta or both, and then you've got a few more meals there that you could make from those components that you've got. You already do this at work to save time, so why not do it at home as well? Number 7, the 3-box meal test. If you're on the go and you're having to grab food while you're out and about or after work or whatever it is, you need to tick off 3 boxes to make a reasonably healthy meal from it. Protein, fruit and veg, and low-ish in fat. That's going to keep you full. It's going to give you some real nutritional value without going overboard in calories. So if you're ever in a pinch, just aim for 2 out of 3 of those boxes, and that's going to be way better than panicking and grabbing a burger or a pizza or whatever it is. Number 8, body recomposition is 100% possible if you do it right. Yes, you can lose fat and build muscle at the same time. You don't have to do one first and then the other. My client Stephen, he works 50, 60 hours a week usually. He trains 3 times a week, he gets protein in every single meal, and he stays pretty active as well. He lost fat and built a ton of upper body muscle, all while his body weight went from about 79 to 78 kilos. So it's definitely possible. You just need to tick those boxes. 2 or 3 high effort workouts, enough protein, and the right amount of food. Get that right, and you don't really have to mess about choosing between bulking and cutting. Lesson 9, recovery is your secret weapon. Everyone wants to train like their influencers, really push it in the gym, but then they forget about the impact it has being on your feet all day at work. People who do this and go absolute balls to the wall with their sessions, their recovery bucket is like 90% full just from the shifts they do. So they don't actually have room in that bucket for 4 or 5 workouts on top of that and the demands from it. Because if that bucket overflows, it's going to put a halt to your progress and it's going to leave you constantly exhausted. So you want to focus on quality workouts, quality exercises, and quality sets, not junk volume because some chav off Love Island told you to. Number 10, upper lower or full body is way better than push-pull legs. Push-pull leg splits are great if you're a student, but not for chefs. It worked for me when I was at uni and I had the time to be in the gym 5 or 6 days a week. Obviously, as a chef, that's probably not going to happen. The problem is it's just the default for most people. Like a bunch of the chefs that I work with now came to me already doing that split. And as soon as we changed them over to a full body or an upper lower split, depending on the shifts they work, shock horror, their progress absolutely took off. So you want to run 2 or 3 full body workouts or 3 or 4 upper lower workouts each week. Forget about the 6-day splits like push-pull legs. Number 11, progression beats novelty every time. Because new exercises don't fix stalled progress. So back in the day, whenever I used to hit a plateau on an exercise, I'd just swap it for something new that I'd seen on Instagram, something that looked shiny and fun. But all that does is slap a short-term band-aid on the problem instead of fixing the actual root cause of why you've hit a plateau in the first place. You want to stick with your exercises for a good couple of months so that you can really drive up the progress with them and focus on improving a single variable every single week, whether that's weight, reps, range of motion, control, confidence with the weight. If you improve one of those every week, you're going to make progress. Number 12, weekly averages over single weigh-ins. Your one weekly weigh-in is probably lying to you. Because with one of my clients, his weight would swing between a 2 kilogram range pretty much every week, all because of variances in his sleep, the foods he was eating, the shifts he was on, the stress he was under. So if we only weighed in once a week, it wouldn't have given us the full picture. We wouldn't have seen that variance and would have probably been confused when one week his weight was down on the daily weigh-in and then it was up the following week and then it was down again on the other one. That wouldn't give us an idea of the progress it was making. We'd probably start messing with other things that we didn't actually need to mess. So instead, by weighing in every single day, we could see how it changed throughout the week. We could look at the average. Okay, the average from this week is lower than the average from last week. We're on the right track. Number 13, you don't have to quit drinking to lose body fat. My client Steve is a bar manager and 9 out of 10 of his weeks involve some kind of social occasion or booze training through work. Yet he still managed to drop about 8 kilos from eating right and training hard. You want to pre-plan your weeks and factor alcohol into the equation instead of randomly tagging it on and hoping for the best or pretending it didn't happen. Number 14, a bad week is a detour, it's not a dead end. For this one, I would tell you an anecdote from one of my clients, but I think this has happened with every single one of them, to be honest. They have a busy week at work, they miss a few or all of their sessions and then feel behind and feel like they've lost their progress or they've fallen off track completely. But all it takes to get back on track is to gradually build up some small wins. Getting in the gym for 20 minutes, doing a few exercises, eating a few good meals in the week. Treating your week as a chance to reset, not an excuse. If you win the first few days and you'll be back on track in no time. Number 15, environment beats willpower every single time. You can't outwill what's in reach at 11 p.m. and you fancy a snack or you're hungry. It's like mise en place. If the station is a mess, the service is going to be as well. If you don't want to snack or eat shit foods, don't buy them and don't have them in the house. Number 16, form feedback compounds over time. Tiny tweaks to the way you do an exercise can unlock huge changes in strength. My client Scott sent me a video of him deadlifting, and one small tweak that we made to his posture allowed him to easily add 10 kilos to the bar the following week. So it's best to film 1 or 2 of your sets every single week, watch them back and try and fix one thing from the video, and then rinse and repeat the following week until your form feels rock solid. Number 17, identity beats hype. Start making decisions like the version of you that you are becoming or that you want to become. Because obviously a restaurant doesn't earn a rosette or a Michelin star by trying to be better. They make changes and then start doing everything to a new standard, and then they get an award once that new standard has been recognized. So you've got to make decisions and act like the person who is already in shape. Do they train twice a week and stick to the diet no matter what? Or do they find excuses for not being able to do it? Number 18, meal prep services won't save you. Outsourcing your food can be a great way of doing things, but it isn't always the answer. A chef I know used to spend about £80 a week on a done-for-you meal prep service delivered straight to his door, and he lost a lot of weight from doing that. But as soon as he stopped using that service, he was right back to square one, and he gained a lot of the weight back because he'd become too dependent on that. and he didn't have the habits and the mindset and the skills to maintain the results that he'd gotten himself. You want to build simple systems that fit into your week. Staple meals, semi-meal prep, the 3-box test, things like that. And number 19, simple wins. The chefs I work with that do the boring stuff and show up week after week, they're the ones who see the best results. It's like a good restaurant menu. 5 or 6 dishes executed extremely well to a very, very high standard instead of 30 different menu items that change every month. One plan with just a few moving parts kept really simple that you can show up and execute every single week. And that's going to get you further than anything else. So if you're done with the stop and start fixes, then stop chasing perfection and start aiming for simplicity. You need shift-proof systems. And if you want some help building that for your rota, your reality, your life, that's what I do with the chefs inside my program. More details in the link below.